Hi, so this time we are covering a different unit, and that will be the Necropolis Knights with Halberds. And you may be wondering, hey, why didn't you cover this when you were covering the Necropolis Knights? That's because they don't do the same job. And it's also because you need a tier 4 building that you have to nurse up from tier 1 in order to get the Necropolis Knights with Halberds. They are rarer, they are difficult to use to their full capacity if you're not fighting exactly the right opponent. Because there's not really a redeeming value if you're using them to fight against, let's say, dwarves. They lose their shields. They have lower melee attack, they have lower melee defense. They have a lower charge bonus. In other words, they're inferior in every single way except one. Bonus versus large, 32! 32 people. 32. This is crazy. Can't get this to stick. Yeah, base weapon damage 19, armor piercing weapon damage 36. Okay, but they have 24 models. Bonus versus large 32. And therefore the damage is going to be increased in proportion to the split that you have here. And the melee attack is, you have literally double the melee attack if it's a base, unmodified, unupgraded, no chevrons unit. Double the melee attack. But that's only if they're fighting a large opponent. With dwarves, you never fight large opponents except with like 1-2 exceptions, which are extremely difficult lords to fight, including Thorek, who's one of your major opponents as Kalita, because he's camped on one of the Books of the Gash. If you want it, you have to fight him. But I'm not saying that Necropolis Knights with Halberds are the ideal unit to use against. I'm just saying that against cavalry spam, let's say from the Lizardmen, what else do you have? You have stuff, but I mean, Tomb Guard with Halberds, the speed is 28. You have the Skeleton Spearmen, the basic Spearmen. And, I mean, they're not atrocious, but they don't have the speed. They don't have inherent poison, which is nice. They're just nowhere near as good as inflicting damage, and that's the point. They are not really inflicting the kind of damage that you want to. And also, they are, absolutely not armor-piercing. I mean, the armor-piercing weapon damage is 6. Yes, they have a lot of models, but you can't rely on them like that. But also, with the bonus versus large, I mean, that's going to help with your charge. Well, you're charging anyway. One way or another, you can charge with these units if you have anti-large, if you're fighting a large target, if you're fighting cavalry of any kind. This unit will help shred them. This is the only thing that can give you reliable cavalry destruction on the flanks. Which won't always happen for you, but at least this gives you the option of it. A lot more than Necropolis Knights. But I mean, Necropolis Knights, just because that they're so good at armor piercing in general, and they have very nice charge bonuses for general cavalry, general monstrous cavalry. You can get a lot of work out of them against other cavalry, but it's not specialized. This is specialized. This is, like I said, 32 is just a crazy high number. If you're able to use them against what they're designed to go up against, then they can reach their full potential. And if not, then they can't. Then they just won't. And that's why that they're not an army MVP, but they are very much a quiver in your hat, a weapon in your arsenal. So more about how to use the other weapons in your arsenal in the next video. Take care and have fun.